In this crazy life we live, we all need someone to hold, a friend to light the way when the world starts to unfold. Through all the ups and downs, the highs and lows we share, we'll stick together, ride or die. Let's show we really care. Through thick and thin, you've been there by my side, a shoulder to lean on when the tears couldn't hide. You're the one who lifts me up when I'm feeling down.
Morning. Good morning. It is 20 minutes to 7. I got a lot of cooking to do today. I'm gonna fix my father-in-law's meals, and I've got a roast that I'm gonna put in a crock pot. I'm gonna do that Mississippi style roast. If you've never tried it, you ought to. Somebody created it and it's been a big hit. My stepdaughter started making it, and Randy and his daddy love it. So I'm gonna send his daddy some of this roast along with some fried chicken legs. That's what he wants. I'm waiting for those to thaw out. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Rhonda. I'm from North Carolina. And I'm suffering from allergies really bad. And I'm liable to make all kinds of noises. Please forgive me. But you're watching A Dash of Love. And I do cook with a little bit of love. I think that's important. I think people can, they do notice the difference. I really do. When you make an effort to make something special, and you put effort into it, it shows. So, with that being said, I'm struggling. Please forgive me, y'all. I've got 3-pound thick roast. It's a bottom round roast. I have put a lot of salt and pepper on it, and I just put some flour on it. And it's got a side of fat on it somewhere. Where's it at? Right here. Don't take that off unless you absolutely insist on doing that, because that helps keep your meat moist. It gives it flavor. And if the fat was on this side, I would cook it or start cooking it with the fat side up, because when that fat starts rendering, it helps keep that meat moist. So my pan's heating up, y'all. Hold on 1 minute. This thing got a little hot. I am so sorry, y'all, about these allergies. I keep saying it. I know y'all tired of hearing it. But it's getting on my nerves. So I'm sure it's getting on yours. But I'm trying. Okay. I'm going to sear this meat in a frying pan. And then we're going to stick it in a crock pot. If y'all try this roast, I tell you, you'll be hooked. Goodness gracious, it's rough. Okay. Can't touch them daggone buttons. Alright, I'm going to stick this roast in this frying pan. And let it get a sear on it. It was a lot hotter, but I moved it off of the stove because I was still talking to you guys. but it'll heat up in just a second. It's a-going. But this will make a good gravy for your sauce, and it seals those juices in. If y'all watched my video on my meatball subs, those meatballs were the best meatballs I have ever made. I think that blend of meat that I got, it was awesome. The buns just weren't big enough, but that's okay. You live and learn. I'm going to try to sear all these sides of this meat. I got my crock pot on high, warming it up. I thought that I was losing my mind earlier. I had gotten the crock pot out, and it's gotten a little dusty because I have a couple. This one was Randy's that he had at his house, the other house. And I keep pots and pans in my oven, just, you know, stick them in there just to get them out of the way because I need to clean out down here and straighten up my pots and pans again. I just done it. I don't know, do y'all have that problem? And I couldn't find the lid to the daggone crock pot because I had just taken it off and wiped it down and everything. It took me 10 minutes to find that thing. I finally opened the oven and there it was. I tell you what, I need to wake up. So I'm going to finish getting a crust on this thing, and I'll be back, y'all. I'm going to fix some scalloped potatoes today and some green beans. So, look at this thing now, y'all. Can you see it? I hope you can. So that is a big piece of meat. Well, it's thick, but it'll be enough for our dinner, and then I'm going to send the rest of it to Pop. All right, that's good enough. Take the lid off of this thing. I'm going to flip y'all around. Depending on what kind of, or what size meat that y'all cook. I don't know how many people have different size crock pots. This is next to the smallest one that I have. I usually use the bigger one. It doesn't matter really what kind of meat you use. Whatever your choice, what you like. I've used chuck. I've used London broil. I've used several different kinds. I like a shoulder roast, honestly. All right, I'm gonna sit this boy right here. He's a sizzling. Okay, let me tell you what we're going to put in this thing. We're putting in 1 packet of ranch dressing. Now, when I first seen this recipe, I was like, that just don't sound like it's good. Believe me, I wouldn't steer you wrong. It is good. It is good. And that's pretty delicious. But anyway, a packet of ranch. Believe it or not, any kind of packet of brown gravy mix. Now, if you're going to make a huge roast, I would probably use a couple of packs of this and a couple of packs of this if you're going to do a great big roast. And then we're going to be using whole pepperoncinis. Okay? They've got all different brands. Depending on how hot. Now, this is a little warm. It's not the hottest pepper. But depending on how warm you like it, I don't put a ton of peppers in it because I don't want it so hot that I can't eat it. But it's really that, probably to me, it's not hotter than a jalapeno, really. It kind of reminds me of a banana pepper that's got some heat to it. And then we're going to put in a stick of butter, okay? And I will put this recipe, those of you who've never heard of it or don't know it, I will put it in the description, okay? All right. Add your packet of ranch. Just pour it on there. Okay. And then your packet of brown gravy mix. Now this meat will form a lot of juices also. If you see that it in about an hour that it's not, you can add some beef broth or a little bit of water, but I've never had to yet. Okay, these peppers. I'm only going to add just a few. You just stick them in there. I'm going to just stick my fingers in here and grab them. I usually add about 5 or 6 because I don't like it screaming hot. Lay a couple on top. And then you're going to pour the juices in. Okay. Now with the leftover of these peppers, I always add some boiling water to it and seal it back up, and I can reuse it. So that's what I'm going to do. You could probably freeze them if you wanted to. Take them out of the jar. And I bet you that's probably what I'm going to do this time to see how it works. If it works well, I'm going to take those out and freeze them. Okay. Then you're going to stick 1 stick of butter in here. And I'm going to tell you, that's it. That is it. Easy peasy. And it is absolutely delicious. Kid you not. Sorry, y'all. I've got it on high just to get it warm, but I'm going to put it down on low. It's just got medium, low, and high on this one. But I'm going to put it on low, and I'm going to cook it all day. Now, I want to tell y'all something. I've seen a couple of people do this. And my sister caught me doing it, and she said, Rhonda, you're not supposed to do that. There is a crock pot made by the Pioneer Woman. Beautiful crock pot. I have one. And it has the little, it's got the lid, and it's got the little things that you click on the side to lock it. You're not supposed to lock that while you're cooking, because it's got one tiny hole, I think, in the lid. But while you are cooking in that crock pot, do not click that lid tight. That steam or whatever you're cooking, I read an article, and she did too, it can do some damage. So it builds up pressure. So I'm talking about the crock pot. Don't click the little lid. You know, it's got two little levers. You just, and it seals the lid on it. Don't do it while you're cooking in it. I think that's made just to keep the lid with the pot. Now, you do what you want to do, but I was told not to do that. And I just want to share that with y'all, because I'd hate for anybody to get hurt. But the crock pot's beautiful. It cooks wonderful. I love it. It's nothing wrong with it. Just don't click the lid down. If y'all find out differently and it's okay to do it, please let me know, because I don't want to tell anybody anything wrong. But that's what I read. But it's nothing wrong with the pot. It's gorgeous. I love her products. I've got her knives, her bowls. I mean, I love her dishes. So I just wanted to tell you that too. I'll be back. Okay, once again, your roast. Let it come to room temperature. Put some salt and pepper on it, or whatever other spices that you like. Put it in a pan. Brown it on each side. Stick it in your crock pot. Add a packet of this. If you've got a huge roast, I would use 2 packets. But, you know, regular size roast, 1 packet's enough. Packet of ranch. Stick of butter. Pepperoncini. If you got a big roast, I would buy a big jar of the pepperoncini or 2 small ones. Pour the juice in it and add as many peppers as you would like. And then cook it until it's done. And you won't regret it. It is something to taste. Okay? And any juices that I had left over in that pan where I seared it, I poured it in that crock pot also. That's flavor. Hey, remember I said that I was going to do, I think I said, I was going to do some scalloped potatoes. I peeled about 6 potatoes, about small to medium, and sliced them about, I don't know, 1/4 inch, and I'm cooking them in some water slowly, just like a slow simmer, because I don't want them, you know, to tear up. I don't want them to break in half, because when I layer them in my casserole dish, I want them to stay whole, hopefully, you know. And if you don't cook them before you make your casserole to put in the oven, it's going to take a long time to cook those potatoes. I've done it before, and it takes a long time. So I think it's best to, you know, get them pretty much all the way, well, almost all the way done before you put your scalloped potato casserole together. And I'm getting tired. I think I'm going to have a nap in a little while. But I'm going to make the sauce in a little bit. But after you cook those potatoes, you put them in some cold water and let them, you know, chill down and everything. And keep them in there until you get ready to make your casserole. And if you don't do that, then they'll turn brown. Okay? Let me show you the roast. It's smelling good. I turned it up a little bit, and then I'm going to turn it back down. I just wanted to get it going good. Look at there, y'all. Mm. So, that is the Mississippi roast. Anyway, the sun is a-shining. It was shining so bright in my front door just now. I was like, oh my gosh, my door's dirty. That's something else I'm gonna have to go clean today. I don't like it. But anyway, I will be back. I've done had 3 cups of coffee. I think I've had enough. I just fried Randy some bacon. He hasn't got up yet. He lays in the bed until about 10. He reads his Bible for a couple of hours. So I don't want to disturb him. Okay? I'll be back. See, you can barely get your fork in there without tearing the potato apart. So that's about when you want to take it out of the water. Because if it gets any further, then it's going to be too done before they start falling apart. If you've never made scalloped potatoes, say like if you're, a young girl and you want to cook for your feller, that's a good dish to try to cook for him. It's easy. It's not hard. Don't let cooking intimidate you. It used to intimidate me, but don't do it. But I'm gonna let those potatoes sit in the pot. I turned it off. I'm gonna let them sit for just a few minutes. And then I'm gonna put them in some cold water. And then I'll make my sauce. And I gotta chop up an onion for that too. Some good old onion. And I fixed Randy some bacon. Whenever he decides to get up, I'm gonna fix him probably a bacon egg sandwich or something. But I took some of that leftover bacon grease, and I'm sauteing these onions. Well, I had to delete some old videos that I had already deleted. I had to dump them from my deleted file, so the phone cut off on me again. What I was saying was, I'm sauteing some onions like this. Try to keep them in some rings for my scalloped potatoes. I thought the bacon would give it some extra something. Some extra something. Okay. And I'm going to put on some green beans in a little while. And I'm going to put some of this onion in the green beans. So that'll be good too. I'll be back. Hey, I'm back for the rest of this video. I started early this morning and I had to go lay down and take a nap. I got tired. Putting a couple of different cheeses in my scalloped potatoes. But did y'all know, I'm sure a lot of you do know, that the rind of the Parmesan cheese, when you get to the end of it, or, whatever, you can even cut it off and save this part. You can put that in your spaghetti sauce while it's cooking, a soup. It gives it a great umami flavor. Just cut it right here and put that hard part in your spaghetti sauce while it's cooking, or soup, something like that. I'm sure a lot of you know that. But anyway, y'all, I ordered me a shirt from Amazon, and I don't know where it came from. I think maybe overseas, because it's not supposed to be this big. I've got it tied on the side, but it's got let me see, a dash of love, cooking with Rhonda. I mean, this thing is like a tobacco sack. It is. It's huge. Maybe if I wash it and dry it, it'll draw up a little bit. I don't know. I love the feel of it's light and it's soft, but it's just huge. It's big. So, this is what I got going on. I have these green beans. I've got like 2 different kinds of green beans in there because that's all I had. I had a tall can, and then I had another medium-sized can, and one of them is seasoned, one of them's not. I'm just using what I got, y'all. But in these green beans, I've got a half of an onion. Let me show you. I just, cut half of an onion in these little long pieces. And I have a tablespoonful of sugar. And I had a little bitty piece of non-cured ham. It's not salty. I put it in here somewhere. Where'd it get? Right there. And it's another little bitty piece in there. I normally don't put that kind of stuff in my beans, but I wanted to go ahead and cook that one little piece. I fried Randy some bacon, and I fried him another small piece of ham. But and I've got a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, a tablespoonful of sugar, and an onion. And I'm gonna let it cook and cook. Y'all should smell this roast. Oh, look at here. And it is tender. And I've got it on low. And I'm gonna let it cook probably another hour. I don't really want it to fall totally to pieces. I don't know. I'm gonna ask Mr. Smith how he wants it. And maybe I'll put it on warm. I'll be right back. So I've got some legs and thighs that I had been thawing out. I just took them out of the refrigerator for Randy's daddy. I'm going to barbecue the thighs in the oven, and I'm thinking I'm going to fry the legs. I don't want him to have all fried chicken. I like to give him a variety since, he's eating that all week. And here's my potatoes that I've cooked this morning. And I've had them in cold water. And see, they're not falling apart. And that's what I'm gonna do my scalloped potatoes. But what I gotta do now is I'm gonna go ahead and make my sauce. I'll be right back, y'all. I keep pausing because I don't want to cough and all that. I know y'all, people don't want to hear that. And I'm already sniffing enough. But anyway, in this skillet, I've got I've got a half stick of butter. It really don't look like it. I think it's a half. Let's see. Yep. It is Yep, it's a half stick. And I've got it melting in the pan that I fried my bacon in, because I just want all that flavor. You know, I'm not going to throw it away. Do y'all ever make things with clarified butter? You know, where you heat your butter up to the solids. Do that. I'm thinking about making some cookies with browned butter. Okay. Got to get this going. And then I'm going to add some flour and some milk and some dry mustard. I do not put nutmeg in my sauce. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to make a roux. You can call this a bechamel, or you could call it white sauce. It's just going to be sauce to go over my potatoes. I used to put a lot of cheese in the sauce, but I'm not going to put as much cheese in it as I've been doing, because the last time I made the scalloped potatoes, I didn't put as much cheese in the sauce. I really don't know if you should put cheese in the sauce. I've read some recipes where they say yeah. I've read some where they say no. Okay. I'm going to add some flour. And that's probably about 1/4 of a cup. I'm going to throw some pepper in there. I'm just about out of this pepper. I like this pepper also. It's big grained pepper. I'm going to throw some salt in it. And I'm going to get it going. And I'm not making a dark sauce. I'm making a light sauce. Yeah, I had to go lay down a little while, guys. I got up early, and I got the roast on, and I did a few other things, and Randy got up, and I went downstairs, and we were watching some stuff on TV, and I fell asleep. But this is my Friday cooking, where, I cook for 2 households. And I like to cook Randy's daddy something, good that he enjoys. Randy's daughter, my stepdaughter, she cooks a lot for him. Randy's aunt, Randy's daddy's sister, she cooks for him. I think other people bring him desserts and stuff. I'm going to add just a little bit more flour. Just a little bit. Now, if you ever make a sauce and you realize that you do not have enough flour after you've added your milk, you can make a slurry. And you can mix up your flour in some hot water or hot milk and mix it really good to where there's, no lumps in it. And once you do that, you can add it to your gravy, sauce, whatever. It's all pretty much the same thing. All right, I think that's good. Got a piece of onion in there too. All right. Cold milk, y'all. Add cold. They used to say warm it up, but they found that adding it cold actually makes a smoother sauce. And that was 2.5, almost 2.5 cups of milk. I may have to add some more, I don't know. You just have to play it by ear sometime. And don't be intimidated by making any kind of gravy. Seriously. Crank it up a little bit. These are supposed to be non-stick pan, non-scratchable pans, but I don't know. They say that. Just like I bought all those copper pans, and they said they won't stick. Yeah, they did. Now these were Randy's pots. He said he's had them pots for 40 years. I'd like to have me a good set of pots and pans. I need a big skillet frying pan. I want a big frying pan. I need to let that go, get going, and let me see, that ain't coming out too good. You want to add about a half a teaspoon of dry mustard. That'll just give it a little bit of zing, not much. If you don't have dry mustard, you can use Dijon, or you could use yellow mustard. Just add a little bit. I'm going to grab just a little bit more milk, just in case. Y'all not going to believe this. I have a table on my back porch here, and it's heavy. And it's one of those tables that, you know, that sit up, they're pretty high. It's almost like a bar table, but it's heavy. And it's 2 stools that go with it. I just heard a big crash. The wind blew that table over. That has never happened. I mean, I'm afraid it broke my glass table. Randy's out there. I guess he'll check it. Ooh. Them winds are showing you who the boss is today. Good gracious, it scared me. All right, this is going to start getting thick. Looks good. It's smooth. Look how smooth it is. Now, some of those lumps that you see, those few little pieces of something is onion. That's what that is. That's onion right there. Okay. I'm going to let this thicken up, and I'll be back. Now, as far as the milk goes for the sauce, you can use whole milk. That's what I'm using. Or you could use 2%. I wouldn't use 1%. That probably wouldn't be very good. You can use canned milk. So I just wanted to tell you that. Hey, here's my sauce. Move all this stuff so y'all can see it. Now, it will form a little skin, but I'm getting ready to use it, so. And I put a little bit of Parmesan, grated Parmesan in it. Isn't that pretty? I bet that'd be good over a biscuit. Huh. Okay, y'all. Now, I've washed my hands, and that's what I'm going to use, except for the sauce, okay? 9 by 13. I put a little butter in it because I didn't want it to stick. I'm gonna layer some potatoes down. And that's how thick I cut them. I tried to get them all about that size, but I'm sure there's some in there that's not. That wind, y'all, has tore up my porch. I mean, it has knocked over everything. And I already had some stuff on the, you know, like my lamp. I had it on the floor so it wouldn't knock it over, but I'm on camera. But it knocked everything over out there. I mean, the table. Okay, now I'm gonna put a little bit of pepper on this. And a little bit of salt. You want to season each layer, guys. And these onions are cold. But that's okay. They'll heat up. I cooked them in some bacon grease and a little bit of butter. You just want to layer your onions a little bit. And this is easy to make, y'all. Okay, now you're gonna spoon over this right here, the sauce, and it'll get thicker in the oven. Or if it doesn't, it will get thick when it starts to cool a little bit. When you first take it out, it might be like this, but then once it starts to cool, it'll get thick. All right, let me get my cheese. And you want 1 3/4 cup of cheddar cheese and 1/4 cup of Parmesan. I'm just gonna do 1 layer of Parm. You don't have to put Parm. You can use any kind of cheese you want to. And I like to layer this cheese like this. I just do like 2 layers of cheese. A little bit of pepper. Okay. And then I'm gonna add some taters. Y'all ought to be in this kitchen right now smelling all of this food. And the reason I'm making a big casserole like this is, like I said, we're going to share it with Pop. Wipe my hands off. Add the rest of these onions. I wish I'd have cooked more onions. I mean, this is enough, but I love a lot of onions in it. Get all that goodness out of that plate. You could probably put some raw onions on it too if you wanted to. I've done that and let it cook with it. I sure have. Put a little bit of sauce. You can see that parm in this sauce. And then I'm gonna put another layer of potatoes. bet bacon would be good in it too. All right, that's it for the taters. So that worked out pretty good. Let me wipe my hands. Pepper. A little bit of salt. Okay. Put the rest of the sauce on it. Get all that goodness out of that bowl, y'all. Don't leave anything behind. I'm telling you, that'd make a good biscuit gravy right there with that bacon flavor in it. I didn't do that last time, but I had the bacon grease, so I did it. Try to get that sauce all in there. I'm glad these potatoes are just about done. It won't take as long. One time I had to cook one of these things for like an hour and a half because I didn't par cook these potatoes. Sorry, guys. All right, and then I'm gonna put the cheese on it. Y'all try this recipe. Get the rest of this cheese out of this plate. I might have to grate a little bit more cheese. I don't know. I don't want it full of cheese. But I might add a little bit more once it gets just about ready to come out. Okay. Alrighty. Doesn't that look good? I'm going to, and I haven't done it yet, preheat my oven 375. The wind got me sidetracked. Y'all ought to see it. It's a mess. If you want to see it, I'll show it to you. It is a mess. It knocked everything over. Look here. The shade come loose, and it just it knocked that big table over. Can you believe that? Well, I guess I can believe it, but it's never happened before. Okay, I'm gonna preheat my my oven. I'll be back. I put I put more cheese on it. Spit it out, Butch. But I'm preheating my my oven, and I'm gonna clean up some of this mess, and I'll be back. Hey. So I decided to go ahead and barbecue all of the chicken. Randy and I discussed it. So I've got some legs and thighs in this casserole dish, and I put some salt and pepper on it, and a little bit of minced onion. Then I put some, I chopped up an onion and put on it, and I cut up one Fiji apple. Fiji or Fuji? What are they called? Fijis or Fujis? A Fuji, not Fiji. Fuji apple, y'all. And I'm gonna put some foil on it and bake it until it's done. And then I'm gonna put some barbecue sauce on it. I might, I'll probably put some barbecue sauce on it right, I don't know, probably 20 minutes before it's actually done, because I don't want the barbecue sauce to burn. That's happened to me before, because there's so much sugar in these things, I guess, that it will burn. So, anyway, I'm getting ready to get my scalloped potatoes out. I'll be right back. I'll show them to you. I'm gonna cook that chicken on 350. I'm not in a big hurry to have it done right away. But look at here. Hear that sound? I wish y'all could smell it. I wish y'all could taste it. It smells good. And it's pretty thick. It's not watery like I thought it would be. Or not really watery, but loose, you know. But it will set up more, you know, as it starts to cool. Wish y'all could have a bite. Because it's good. I'm going to put this in the oven. And the roast is just about done. It's probably done. It fell apart, but that's okay. It smells yummy too. And the green beans. They look delicious. Okay. And I don't know, I might make something else. I don't know. I'll be back. I'm gonna make peach cobbler. As soon as my chicken gets done, I put it in there for about an hour because that's right much chicken. And I will check the temperature to make sure it's perfectly cooked. So, anyway, see, it sets up nicely. Look at there. I'm excited about that because guess why? Potatoes. Okay, I think that's about all right this minute. I gotta determine what kind of bread to fix because Mr. Smith has to have bread. So we'll see. So I think I've decided what kind of bread I'm gonna make. Popovers. Since we're having beef, certain kinds of beef, they call it oegjúSear pudding, but I don't know if I'm going to add any of the beef stock in it or not, but that's what I'm going to make. So y'all need to see this if you've never seen it. They get really big, and they are yummy. So I'm going to take some eggs out of the refrigerator, let them get room temperature, because that works best. If you ever baking anything, room temperature always incorporates better. This is a popover pan. I bought this from a site that I sell stuff on called Macari. And these, I don't know how much they run in the stores, probably $10, $15. But I got this brand new for like $8. But see how they're kind of narrow, and that helps them, you know, get tall. you can use, and I used to do this. I'm tired. I got something in my eye. I used to use a regular muffin pan when I made popovers. And they'll still puff up, but not as much so if you had one of these. But they are really good. They're really good. I need to come up with a different phrase. I think you would enjoy them. And I've made them with cheese and garlic and all kinds of stuff. But I think I'm going to do the Yorkshire. I'm going to try it. I wanted to show y'all my scalloped potatoes. They turned out perfect. They're too hot right now. I'm going to let it cool off. But perfect. And I will put the recipe in the description. Bon appetit. Y'all. Oh. The whole milk makes it rich. The onions. You taste the onions. The pepper, the cheese, the sauce. Oh. It ought to be a sin to eat something that good. All right, babies. I'll be back. Hey, look at this roast. Look how tender that roast is. And it smells wonderful. Look at there. So y'all try this if you haven't. You can adjust the peppers like I said. And mine is not hot. I didn't use but just a few peppers. But I'm going to put the recipe in there. And my barbecue chicken, I got about 15 more minutes left for it. I'm going to take all those juices out soon and put more barbecue sauce on it. I just didn't want to take it out of the juices yet. And I put Fuji apple, not a Fiji, and some onions and salt and pepper. And we're almost done, I think. I think the wind has calmed down just a little bit, not a lot. I need some all-purpose flour. All I have is self-rising flour from a popover, so I had to send Randy down to the Dollar General again. Alrighty, I'll see y'all back. Thank you for watching. I wanted to tell you that I have to have 4 eggs for these popovers, and they want them to be room temperature. So what you do is take some warm tap water from your sink. Take some warm tap water from your sink and just put your eggs in a bowl and just sit them in there like that. It'll get them room temperature fast. So anyway, I'm tired. I'm tired. So I hope y'all had a great day. It is almost 4 o'clock, and y'all know I've been in and out this kitchen since 5:30, 6 o'clock this morning. I have started the roast. I don't know what time it was. 6:30, I guess, when I started the video. So I got to piece a bunch of videos together later. But I do appreciate y'all watching. Somebody talk to me. Leave me a comment. Nobody comments. I just want somebody to talk to me. Okay. I took out about a cup of liquid from this chicken. I didn't even have to add any when I cooked it. But there that is. It smells wonderful. It's all dark meat. I might have to take a bite of that. But I just wanted to show you the chicken. And I'll put that recipe in the description also. So I'll be back. I'm getting ready to make my batter. Okay, the first thing you have to do is take that pop-over pan, preheat your oven to 450. You have to put that pop-over pan in the bottom, on the bottom rack, and for at least 5 minutes. Let it get, hot. Then when we get that out, we're gonna spray it really good so the popovers won't stick. Excuse my cluttered ingredients here. I've got that chicken over here cooling. Okay, you gotta preheat the oven. All right, you gotta have 4 large room temp eggs. You have to measure this stuff really carefully. So I'm gonna crack in 4 room temp eggs. I've never seen shells so thin on an egg. Now that one's not. That one is. Okay. You want to whisk these eggs up. I got a chip in my bowl. Look at there. You want to whisk them really good. It says to use a mixer, not a mixer, but a blender. If you want to do this, I guess the best way. Okay. Now you got to mix in your milk. Now I've got 1.5 cups of lukewarm milk. It's barely, I put it in a microwave for just less than a minute. Okay. And I've got a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. All right. Now we've got to put in 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. It cannot be self-rising. It's got to be all-purpose. And the way that they want us to do that with this recipe is spoon your flour in. So the measurements will be, not press it. Let me start over. Can't do that. I had to redo that. And level it off. All right. Because if you add too much flour, they'll be dense. All right, that's 1. And then I'm going to spoon in a 1/2 cup. And I'm spilling it everywhere. All right, there's a 1/2 cup. All right. Now we've got to whisk this. We got to put in 3 tablespoons of melted butter. Not hot, just, melted. All right. Now we've got to whisk this until everything is mixed. I mean, you got to really mix it. And then after we mix it, the batter has to sit for, they want you to let it sit for 30 minutes. So the flour can get very well hydrated with these wet ingredients. So I'm gonna whisk this for a while, and I'll come back. Now you can put any kind of herb you want into this. So you have to heat this pan up, and it's hot. And I gotta spray it. Ooh-wee, baby, it's hot. Every crevice, it says spray it. Okay. All right. I let this batter sit for not quite 30 minutes, but it's okay. All right, you want to fill it almost to the top. These are so good, y'all. Here I go again, so good. Well, that made the perfect amount there. How about that? Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna stick this in the oven. I'll be right back. You have to place that pop-over pan. When you put your batter in it, you have to place it on another pan. Put it in the oven, 450 degrees, preheated. Do not, I'm gonna pop you, he's picking on me. Do not open that oven, because if you do, when they start rising, if you open that oven, they're gonna collapse. They will just bloop, and they won't be any good. But you have to cook it on 450 for for 15 minutes. Then the last the last 15 minutes, you have to turn the temperature down to 350. Now you got to bake it for the first 20 minutes on 450. Then you got to turn it down to 350 so they won't get too dark. That's right. But I will put the recipe in the description. Okay? Yeah, you have to bake those on 450 for 20 minutes. Do not open the oven. And then the last, this is my recipe, the last 15 minutes on 350, but you need to check, make sure that they're not getting overly brown. If they are, then you can just turn it off. But when you take the popovers out of the oven, you have to dump them on a wire rack, because the steam has got to release. And if you leave them in there, then they'll get gooey-like. So the steam has to release. It's not hard, it just sounds like a lot, but it's really not. I don't know if y'all can see through this window. See, they're rising up, and they're gonna get really, really big. You can sit here and watch them get big. And it doesn't take long. Shoot, they're coming on up. Look at there. Okay, y'all, look at here. They're getting bigger and bigger. Isn't that cool? Can you see them? And And I got just 9 more minutes, and then I got to reduce the temperature to 350. Look, y'all. Getting on up there. Ain't they pretty? 6 more minutes. Okay, y'all. Look at here. And they will collapse a little bit once you take them out of the pan because the steam releases. But
unless you fill them full of jelly.
Unless you fill them full of jelly, look at that. And Randy's fixing to eat. Go ahead. But I'm gonna put all of these recipes in the description.
I've already tasted that.
Well, taste of it again and tell them how it is. Besides, it's just good. I cooked them green beans all day.
They're tender. And they're good.
Take a bigger bite than that.
Well, that's all come off the fork. Best scalloped potatoes I ever had.
Are you serious? It's the best ones I've made, I think. Is that roast?
It's tender enough.
It is tender. It's not too hot, I don't think.
I love the taste of the peppers. Without it being hot.
He loves the taste of the pepperoncini in that roast. If y'all have never tried it, you've got to. But see how good that thing came out. But anyway, I'm tired, y'all. I've been in here since 6:30 off and on. And I will post all of these recipes. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and share. I would appreciate it. Leave a comment. I would really appreciate that too. Bye. Say bye, honey.
Bye, honey.
Mean it.
Mean it.
God bless y'all. Bye.